Welcome, River's Edge Elementary, Miss Warnhart's third grade class. We really appreciate you attending Port St. Lucie's virtual town hall for youth. I'm going to introduce our panelists, but first I want to make sure you know that we're celebrating Florida City Government Week, and we want to showcase all the incredible things your local city does. And I want to introduce our panelists who volunteered to be here today to answer all of your questions. Our first panelist right here is Officer Fred Knaggs from the Port St. Lucie Police Department.
Good morning.
Good morning. And then we have Sarah Prohaska, who is our Communications Director.
Good morning.
Then we have our Mayor, Shannon Martin.
Good morning, students.
And then we have Ella Gilbert, who is our Deputy City Attorney.
Good morning.
And then on the end is our, Strategic Initiatives Director, Kate Parmelee.
Good morning.
Ms. Warnhart, if you wouldn't mind just introducing yourself and your class and giving us an overview of what your class is doing, and then introduce your first students and their question.
All right, good morning. I am Miss Warnhart, and this is our third grade class. Everybody wave hello. We are very excited. We are right in the middle of our government unit learning all about what it means to be a good civic participant, and the students are very excited. So first up, we are going to have Reed. You can come stand up here, Reed, and look at who you're going to address your question to. Go right in front of the camera. All right, so you're going to say, hi, my name is? Hi, my name is Reed. Hi, my name is Reed. My question for Sarah is, why did you want to work for the government?
Hi, Reed. Thank you so much. That's such a great question. I really appreciate you asking that. Why did I want to work for the government? Working for the government allows you to really make a difference in your community, and a visible difference, something you can really tangibly see that you're making a difference. So that was really kind of my motivation. I like to we're all, everyone who I feel like who has a calling to work for the government, they're servant leaders. We call ourselves servant leaders because we know we're working for you, and we're working for your family, and we're working for the residents of Port St. Lucie. So that is what brought me to wanting to work for the government, is just to make a difference in the community. And my job is to get information out to the community, and to get information out to your families and all the residents who live here. And by getting information out, I really feel like we are helping. We're helping everyone understand the decisions we're making on behalf of the citizens. We're helping them understand maybe just a new fun thing to do, a new fun event that we're having, a way to go out and spend your time with your family and to have fun. But also in times of emergencies, that's when I feel like my job is the most critical, because when we have a hurricane or some sort of emergency event happening in the city, getting information to people in a timely manner is very, very, very important, just to make sure they know what to do. They know they should put their shutters up, or they should go to a shelter. And that's part of my job, is to get all that sort of information out. And that's kind of one of my favorite parts of the job, because that's when I really feel like we're making a really direct impact and making a difference in people's lives. So that is, I feel like, but it's not just me. Everyone here who works for the city or any government agency really has a desire, I think, to want to help people, and that's why they do what they do. Thanks, Reed.
All right, next up we have Sebastian. Introduce with your name, please speak nice and loud, and who you're addressing your questions to. Go ahead.
My name is Sebastian, and my question is to Officer Fred Knaggs. What is your job?
Well, Sebastian, first and foremost, good morning, and thank you for the question. We really enjoy doing this. So to answer your question, what is my job? As a police officer, as a law enforcement officer, our top job is to go out in the community and keep it safe. And the key word there is keep it safe, because you do live in the city of Port St. Lucie. You live in a very safe city. So part of our job is to remove the bad people from the good people. And that's why we have jail and we put bad people in jail. Another part of the job is public education. It is to help teach the laws that we are out trying to enforce. And ultimately, the bottom line is we are looking to make change, and we're looking to, this is a perfect example of being able to speak with people such as yourself, Sebastian. So thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, next up, Roy is absent today. He is missing out on this awesome opportunity, but Justin is going to go ahead and step up and read his question for us today.
My name is Justin, and I'm going to ask my question to Kate. My question is, how does local government affect me as a student?
Well, good morning. That's a great question. And I think I was just going to kind of talk about some of, on a typical day, things that you might not know are because of your local government. So, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you're getting ready for school and you turn the faucet on to brush your teeth, that's your local government. That comes from our utility systems department, the Port St. Lucie utilities that provides you water to your home. If you flushed your toilet, that's also Port St. Lucie utilities. That's your local government at work. When you get ready and leave your house in the morning for school and you walk on a sidewalk, that's your local government that was built by the city, that was paid for by the city and your taxpayer dollars, and that's actually something that helps all of us walk around the city. When you drive on a road, that's your local government. The fact that the road gets swept every day or scrubbed, or the fact that there's not flooding everywhere, that's your local government. We have storm drains to get the water out of the road when we have a lot of rain. If you stop at a stop sign, that's your local government. Which I hope you always stop at a stop sign, of course. Our traffic signals are our local government. When you go to school, you know, school is also a form of our government helps pay for your not the city of Port St. Lucie, but St. Lucie Public Schools. That's a form of government as well. And then after school, if you're going to parks to play, or if you're going to play in a basketball league, or you're going to our community center, that's your local government. If you're going to come to Fall Fest on a weekend and one of our special events, that's your local government at work. And then at home, at the end of the day, when your parents are driving you home and you see the street lights on, that's your local government as well. So we are here for you every day to keep you safe, to provide a great quality of life, a great place to grow up and for your family. And then, of course, we always, as Officer Knaggs was sharing, we work to keep you safe through our police department. So we're here for you, and we try to help you in your day-to-day life. And so we exist, and the reason why we're here is to serve you, our residents. So thank you for that question.
All right, thank you, Justin. Next up, Julie. Make sure you speak nice and loud and come stand right up here. And make sure you say your name and who you're going to talk to.
Hi, my name is Julie, and this question is for Mayor Shannon Martin.
What's your question?
My question is, what is one goal you have while in office?
Good morning, Julie. Thanks so much for your question. So one goal that I have that you might be interested in and your classmates might be interested in is to build more parks in Port St. Lucie. Our residents and all of you and your families have told us, the city team here, that is something that is very important to you and that we need more of. So we are really focused on building more parks in Port St. Lucie over the next 10 years. And we're gonna have them in several different areas in the city, whether they're a really big park, what we call a regional park, or down to a smaller park, what we would call a neighborhood park. So that is one goal we have that we're really focused on to make sure that we provide to you and all of your classmates and all of your families and all of our residents here in Port St. Lucie. Thanks so much.
Oh.
All right, next up, Mercedes. Go right around and stand up here. She's speaking nice and loud. Your name, who you're going to address your questions to, and then the question.
My name is Mercedes, and I'm going to be asking my question to Ella Gilbert. And my question is, what is your favorite part about working for the local government?
Thank you, Mercedes. My favorite part about working for local government is helping people and then seeing the results immediately after the work that I do is completed. And I'll give you an example. One of the things that I do in the city is that I review the contracts for services that the city has. So an example would be, we have contracts that we have lawn maintenance companies that come in and cut the grass, say at your local parks. My job is to ensure that the contracts are the best contracts for the city, and that the lawn company does the job that they're supposed to do, and that if they don't, then we have the ability to make sure that they do what they're supposed to do. So that's the best part of the job for me, is allowing the city to help people, but then also seeing that actually being done. And some jobs you have, you may not see the results of the work that you do for quite some time, but in local government, I have the opportunity to see it as pretty closely to when I actually complete my position, my actual job duties. So thank you very much for your question, Mercedes.
All right, next up we have Serenity.
It seems like if they can see you a lot. My name is Serenity, and my question is for Mayor Shannon. Why are they cutting down so many trees for Lucie?
Good morning, Serenity. So thanks so much for your question. And yeah, it does seem like that there are a lot of trees that get cut down, and that's because the properties that are in the city can actually be built on to build homes for new residents who want to live there. But I'd like you to know that a lot of the trees that are cut down are what we would call invasive species, which means that they're not native to Florida. And a lot of times it's a lot cheaper for the developer or the builder to come in and clear the lot. But I want you to know that we do require these builders and developers to replant trees and also put in landscaping as well in some of the commercial developments. But we also have something that's really important here in Port St. Lucie, and that's called a tree challenge, because what we do is we challenge our community to make sure that we are replanting trees, because we are a Tree City USA. And so whether it be our commercial development, our residents, our Keep Port St. Lucie Beautiful Committee, or the city planting trees and putting in landscape enhancements, we do make sure that trees are planted. And in the month of September, we had over 1,900 trees planted in the city of Port St. Lucie. And over the course of the last year, we've had over 13,000. So although they do take some of the trees down and some of the invasive species, we do make sure that we are planting more trees for our environment and for our community. Thanks so much.
Awesome, thank you. Next up, Brody.
Hi, I'm Brody, and this question is going to Kate Parmelee. Why is local government so important?
Good morning, Brody. Thank you so much for that question. As I mentioned earlier, local government is the thing that you experience the most in your life every day. Think about all the different parts of your day that a local government plays a role in. A lot of people think that, it's the national, who's the president or who's maybe at the state level or who's the governor, but the local government is really what affects your day-to-day life. And it's really important that you and your classmates get involved. And we actually, in the city of Port St. Lucie, we involve kids in our planning. So every year we ask you to come to a citizen summit, and we give you pretend money, and we say, tell us where you would want to put money. And tell us what your ideas are, because we want to hear from you, because someday, you may be raising your families in Port St. Lucie and you want to make your community the best it can be. It takes a long time to make some of these investments, might take several years to build big park systems or to put in a long trail. And we want to know now, what kind of city do you want to see Port St. Lucie become? And you have a real opportunity more than any other level, more in the national or state, in your local city. You have a voice, and you can make a difference in what types of programs we offer. If you could tell us, I really wish we had this kind of program at our community center, or I wish we had this at our local park. We want to hear that from you, and that can actually change what we do as a city. So that's why it's so important that local government is here for you. And and the other thing is, another reason why it's so important is that we help keep our residents safe. Do you know that Port St. Lucie is actually the safest large city in the state of Florida? And that's, of course, important for all of us. So it's really important that we continue to keep it safe, keep it clean, keep it beautiful, and have a great place for you to grow up, and for the future generations to grow up. So we hope you get involved, and we'd love to hear your ideas. So thank you for that question.
Next up, we have Aaliyah.
Hi, my name is Leah, and I will be asking Officer Craig, why is it important to vote?
Good morning, Aaliyah. That's such a pretty name. So why is it important to vote? It's important to vote because your vote is your voice on who you want to represent you, whether it be here in local government, meaning the mayor and city council, or your county commissioner, or your state representative, or your governor, or even the president of the United States. So here in America, our citizens get to choose who their leaders are to serve them and represent their communities and the state and on the federal level. And so, again, that is your voice. You casting your vote for the person that you think will best serve your community or the state or as president is again, your voice. It's your vote and your choice to say, this is who I want to represent me. And that is the most important thing. One of the most important things we can do here in America is vote for the people that we want to serve us and to protect us and to lead our country and our city the best way it possibly can be led. So thanks so much for your question.
Thank you. All right, and Felicity.
I'm Felicity, and I'm going to ask Mayor Shannon Martin, what is the local government related to homeless jobs?
Thanks so much for your question, Felicity. Animals are so important to us, all of us in Port St. Lucie. And so if there is a homeless dog or a stray dog that's, running down the street, what we do is our residents will call our animal control department. The animal control department will go out and they'll pick up the dog and they'll bring it to our facility here in the city, and they will try, working with our communications department, to locate the dog's owner. And they will scan the dog for a microchip to see if we can find out if it has a chip that we can locate the owner. And we'll put out information on our city website to try to help locate the owner. And then after 5 days, if the dog's owner cannot be found, our animal control officers, they bring the dogs to the Humane Society of St. Lucie County, which is on Glades Cutoff Road. And our Humane Society, which I am a part of, what we do there is we try really hard to find a great family to adopt out that dog to. And people will come in and they'll take a look at all of the dogs and they get to meet the dogs and then decide if they want to take one of those dogs home. So that's how we address our homeless dogs in the city, and we really love our animals, so we always want to make sure that we're finding them great homes to live with, great families. Thanks.
Mayor, can I ask a follow-up question? The Humane Society just doesn't deal with dogs. Have you seen other animals at the Humane Society as well?
Absolutely. We take cats and kittens as well. And then if other animals happen to come in to the Humane Society, like a bird or a hamster or a guinea pig, what we then do is we reach out to the different rescue organizations around the county, or the wildlife centers around the county or in Martin County, and we try to make sure that those animals go to those centers where they can get their needed care that they have to have, especially with birds. They need special care, and we try to get them out to those rescues and places where they can be adopted out to a good family or rehabilitated to go back out into the wild.
Thank you. Ms. Warnhart, was there anything else additional that you would like to talk about that we missed?
I don't think so. That was wonderful. Thank you so much for making time for our class today. I know that we have learned a lot and are looking forward to continue learning on about what does it mean for a third grader to be part of our government and the awesome opportunities that even as students, they get to have, especially here in Port St. Lucie County.
Thank you so much. Thanks, class.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Warnhart. It's Rivers Edge Elementary. We really appreciate it, Rivers Edge Elementary, for joining us. Thank you, Kate Eames, for setting this up. Thank you, Ms. Warnhart, for being there. But I want to follow up with one thing is, you kids get asked all the time is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we hope that we've given you some people or examples to follow. Maybe you want to say, I want to be a police officer like Officer Knaggs, or I want to be the mayor like Shannon Martin, or I want to be an attorney like Ella Gilbert. And think about that by staying in school, and you can reach out to us and learn more about the city and all the incredible things that the city provides by going to our website at www.cityofpsl.com and learn more about this. And contact your teacher and make sure that if you have follow-up questions, ask her and she can reach out to us and we can answer any follow-up questions for you. We really appreciate your time. Thank you again for Ms. Warnhart's class. We appreciate you and coming up and asking us all these questions. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.